Hi, this is Untitled the developer and welcome to HTML tutorial number 3. So let's go ahead and open that same document from before, and today we will be covering 3 different elements. So first one would be links, second would be images, and third one would be buttons. So these are 3 basic elements in HTML documents. So let's just start with links. Okay, so link, what is link? Link is basically to add address of a different website in your web page for the user to click in there and go straight to a different website. And let me demonstrate how we do that. So the tag for links would be A. So the way you do it would be opening tag A and closing tag A. In between A, there is an element that we need to specify, which is the href, and these elements, or rather attribute. These attributes provide extra information to elements, and it's the destination of that website that is attached to href. And href stands for hyperlink reference. So let's go ahead and do that. href equals open quote, close quote, and in between the quote, we're gonna have to insert the link or URL of that website that we're trying to direct the user to. So in this case, I'm gonna copy my YouTube channel link. Let's copy that and go back to that document. So let's add that. So there. So when the user clicks on this href, they should be directed to this YouTube channel. And the description, you can actually add the description for this website in between the 2 different tags. So let's add the description for my channel, the developer. So this should show in the hyperlink, and once they click on this name, they should be directed to my YouTube channel. So why don't we save that and try this, see if it works. We're gonna close this and open this with Google. There you go. So that's Ajmal the developer hyperlink, and if we click on this, if we did everything right, we should be directed to our YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and see that. Yeah, it's loading. There you go. So the user is directed to this channel. Yeah, pretty simple, eh? So let's close this and go back to the document. So that's all for links. There are more links and attributes and functionalities that are included in href. But we will cover that in the later tutorials, just because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too much information. So this should be fine for now. Let's go ahead and add some line breaks just to make it look good. So moving on, next item is images. So why do we need image? We need image to add it to our web page. It could be any image. For example, if you're creating a personal website, you can add your image or any other image for the reference in between different paragraphs or in different sections of your website. So the way it's done is that it's actually a bit different from other elements in a sense that there is no closing tag. Just like BR, there's just opening tag and there's no closing tag. And image has several attributes. Main ones are source, alternative text, width and height, which are dimensions. So these are the basic attributes for any image that you need to specify, otherwise it won't work. So let's go ahead and start with source. src equals open and close, just like the href, so the logic is the same. And in between these quotes, we need to specify the location of that image. And one thing to keep in mind is that the image needs to be in the same folder as your HTML documents, otherwise it won't work. And we're going to copy the name of this image. Also, be sure to include the extension for it to work. So let's copy. What happened? Copy that and hold on, I think I opened the wrong one. Yeah, this is the one, not this one. Okay, so back to the image, and so that's the attribute for source. And next attribute is the alt, stands for alternative text. You might ask, what is alternative text? Alternative text is when the image doesn't load for whatever reason, or it's corrupted or missing, then the text will be loaded automatically by the browser as opposed to the image, so at least the user has something to look at as opposed to nothing, right? So we're gonna add the description, the future technology image is not available. So this is a fail-safe basically. If the image is lost or corrupted, this description would be loaded instead, so they know what happened. It's pretty handy, and I will demonstrate this in a bit. And we obviously have to add the width and height of the image, so let's go with width first. Same logic for width. I'm gonna go ahead and add 104 pixels, so it stands for pixel, just to keep in mind, not inches, pixels. And height is I'm gonna do the 142. You can change this, it's all up to you. You can change your image size based on the number of pixels you specify. Just keep in mind how much you need for your needs in your web page. So let's go ahead and save this and load our file, see if it works. If we did everything correctly, it should work. Okay, let's save that again. Close this and run this. There you go, we got our picture here. And if you remember, I was saying that if the image doesn't load for whatever reason, the description should show up. So let's why don't we just go ahead and simulate that scenario. Maybe I will add 2 hyphens just to kind of corrupt this image. Obviously we don't have such image naming on desktop, so it shouldn't work. And this description should show up instead. Let's run this. There you go, we got this image missing icon, and the future technology image is not available. Pretty straightforward, eh? All right, that's it. Let's go back to the document. Okay, so we covered image, we covered the link, and last item is buttons. So how do we do buttons? Button is actually easier than link and image. Let's add some space, and or line break, and I will show show you how we do the buttons. So the tag name for button is simply the word button, and then you add the description of the button, either click me, or increase. For example, in a shopping website, you want to add a button for the form to increase the number of goods that you're selling. So this would be the way to do that. And keep in mind that there are a lot of attributes involved in button, which I don't want to cover because they're quite complicated. What they do is they add functionalities and behavior to your button. Like I mentioned, you can increase or decrease, which we will cover in the later tutorial. So let's not get into that right now. And I just want to show you how to basically create a button in HTML. And if all is good, this should show up in our website. Save this, close, run it again. And there you go, increase. At least you can see that it works, it's active. But like I said, we need to add those functionalities and behaviors in that button, which we will cover in the future tutorial. So let's close this and go back to our document and get rid of that and save it again. And just to show you the polished version with everything that we covered. There you go. So we got our link that goes to the URL that we specified. Whatever URL you want to point it to, it would work. So go back, and the image that we specified and the button. So simple as that. Link, image, button. And this should cover our tutorial. And so we covered 3 items. So I appreciate your time and attention, and hopefully you'll learn something from this tutorial, and hope to see you in the future tutorials. Thank you and have a good day.